is talking about.
What's up, family? 9 years ago, two unlikely lunch partners sat down at the Hollywood Diner in Omaha, Nebraska, and had a conversation about life and business. One was Warren Buffett, a regular there. The other was Jay-Z. Now, less than 10 years later, Jay-Z has reached billionaire status along with his buddy Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said of Jay-Z 9 years ago after that meeting, he said that Jay-Z is teaching in a lot bigger classroom than I'll ever teach in. What did he mean by that? Jay-Z had the ear of the youth. Jay-Z had the ear and the eyes of the youth, meaning that he used that hip-hop platform. That's where the young people go to. That's their go-to for information. And so it doesn't matter how big Warren Buffett was, being a billionaire. The young people would listen to Jay-Z first. Warren Buffett, who was 80 years old at the time, walked away from that meeting with Jay-Z thoroughly impressed with his business acumen. He thought that Jay-Z had what it took to become a billionaire. And he was right. Now, why should Jay-Z becoming a billionaire mean anything to anybody other than Jay-Z and the people who benefits directly from his billionaire status? For the same reason it mattered that Barack Obama became president, because he gave hope and he inspired a lot of young people to get into politics. Same reason why it mattered that Jackie Robinson got into the major leagues. He opened the door for thousands and thousands of black men, young men, to come into the major leagues. Same thing with football and tennis and basketball, all of these sports, all of these doors that got knocked down. The same reason that it mattered that Bob Johnson, the once owner of BET, it mattered that he got to the level that he got to because he inspired a whole legion of new media entrepreneurs to get into the game. Before Puffy bought Reebok, that was Bob Johnson. Before, you had a number of other people that are into the media right now. That I think Beyonce got something going on with media. Hell, Bob Johnson was before Oprah, before she got her channel. So oftentimes when you're dealing with people who are operating, a group of people who operates with limited resources, or who are marginalized, like black people have been marginalized in America, it's very important to see people who look like you succeed. It's very important to see people like Jay-Z knock that glass ceiling out. Because now you're saying to yourself, well, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. Think about those kids who come from Marcy projects in New York, in Brooklyn, where Jay-Z came from. And they're walking the same hallways that he did. Somebody lives in the same apartment that he lived in. Think about that. Think of what that could do for them, for their motivation. How encouraging something like that could be. He come from exactly where I come from. Think about the guys who was on the street. You know, Jay-Z started off as a drug dealer when he started making money. Then he took that, rolled that into his own record label, Rockefeller Records. Then he got Rockaware clothing line. And then he got what was it? He had a few other ventures. He bought a stake in the Brooklyn Nets. He bought, what was it, Tidal. And, just on and on and on. He invested in art. So many other things that he got into. So it wasn't like he was an overnight success. He steadily built his empire, starting in 1996 with his first album, Reasonable Doubt. So it was not an overnight thing. He was not an overnight sensation. He worked his ass off. He made the sacrifices to get to where he is. And that's commendable. A lot of us oftentimes think that, we're going to get to this money. We got to get it right now, right now, right now, right now. We got to be a millionaire right now. Before you can become a billionaire, you got to be a millionaire. Before you become a millionaire, you got to be a thousandaire. Before that, you got to get to the hundreds. So there is really levels to this game. And he took the necessary steps. I think it was very impressive. I ain't got nothing bad to say about dude, how he handled his business. Another thing, the reason why I like to see Jay-Z win, he gives back. He does a lot to give back. He don't just gimme. He puts back into the community. I love that about him. I can't hate on that. I know some dudes be like, man, fuck Jay-Z. They got that bad. And it could be anybody. It ain't got to be just Jay-Z. Well, he never did nothing for me. He never did nothing for me. So that's how y'all do. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all, but some of y'all, if somebody ain't doing something for you, it's fuck them. And that's the wrong attitude. I think it's gonna be hard for you to be blessed when you have that type of attitude. If somebody is not doing something for you directly, it's fuck them. That's a very bad attitude to have, and I think you're gonna block your blessings by doing that, by having that type of attitude. I like to see people get it. I especially like to see the brothers get it. With all that we're up against in this country, I love it when a brother get it. Now, when that brother don't act like a brother and he's a sellout, man, I don't care what happened to him at that point. I really don't. I ain't got nothing for him, and that's just the way I rock. But if he 100, I'm going to keep it a buck. That's just the way I rock. So congratulations to Jay-Z, and I hope that his legacy inspires somebody, and we don't just have people out here just looking down and talking down just because they're not eating off of him. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Yeah.